And then my art teacher in high school was like, yeah, bro, you're really not that good. So I just stopped drawing altogether.
That's
Damn,
crazy.
he said that?
Yeah.
Crazy, right? Crazy.
That's crazy how teachers would literally just tell you straight up to your face.
Teachers are down to
Savage.
anybody,
Be like, hey,
bro.
yeah, that shit suck.
Yeah, I was just like,
Yeah.
all
Get
right.
it together.
And I was like, well, I ain't getting to none of them schools. So I was like, shit, that might damn near
You're
be
like,
the case.
it might actually
That's how I
suck.
felt.
That's
so I just
wild.
stopped.
Are we rolling straight into the intro? We ain't got nothing prefaced before?
I mean,
What's
like-
happening?
I mean, like,
What it is.
I really have nothing to say to that.
We got the goat. We got.
Hold
the-
on, before you bring him in. What is up, guys? Welcome back to another episode. Today is episode 5 of MCM Podcast, Milk Crate Music Podcast. Hopefully you guys been well. Hopefully you guys been swell. We've been living a very interesting lifestyle lately, and before we get into it, who do I have here?
Yo, it's Light Skin Larry.
Dance for Dose.
And it's Dre over here, and today we have one of the OGs in the city of Milwaukee, one of the finest
icon.
dressed, one of the suit-wearing...
The
GOAT, man. It's the greatest. We got a
legend here.
historian, man.
The man, the myth, the
The one who gives
motherfucking
Dose a
legend.
run for his money.
Nah, he got it. He got it, man.
You can
I know my place.
talk into your mic.
Yeah, I know my place.
There you go. Good.
Yeah, we in here.
Yeah.
Facts.
So we got Chris G with us today.
Yeah.
and
Chris G the GOAT.
it's gonna be a very special episode because we want to dive deep on Chris G, the OG in Milwaukee. Was
legend.
big in the city before we were, and now you're here on the MCM podcast.
Shit,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I got a question, goddammit. How you don't run out of suits?
Swear to God.
Bro.
That is the number one question.
That is the number one
I've
question.
known you
This is a
for
suit.
like 4 years now.
And
And it's always
I've
been
never
a
seen this
different
suit.
suit, bro.
I've never seen this suit.
I can't.
Come on, now.
I can't.
He always liked this.
Yeah, busted out one time, shouty. Yeah, no. What I do is I stock up in January of every year.
And just buy new suits.
Every year.
Yeah, I'll get like a good 10 that I feel like is gonna speak to my year that I'm about to have.
Wow.
And then like sometimes if I'm feeling it, I might cop a few more. But like I said, I get them all in January, and then like I just like put out events or I mark events down on the calendar, and like that's what I'm feeling
So-
like this, that's what I'm feeling like that. So it's already pre-planned.
So you got like an Easter suit ready to go?
Basically down there, right? but basically I'm on my Sunday's best every night.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Fucking
Every
love
day.
it.
No,
so,
for sure.
Fucking love it.
yeah, so no, it's that preparation. You know, it's the same as like, you know, when it comes to that skill level, what you put into your work ethic or like with the moves that you making in like your career or just in your life, like it's planning ahead. I realize it's like sometimes you can do stuff in the moment when like you younger, but as you get older, you're like, nah, I need to be on this like way ahead of it, just so that I know like I'm secure in my bag with what I'm about to put out as
For
far as
sure.
product, or just where I'm at like mentally as an artist. Like that's everything. So that's why I just learned like over time. It's putting in the time early, and then, like I said, you can ease into the game much easier instead of like trying to figure it out as you go along. And it's gonna be stuff that pop up where you just gotta figure it out. But
Yeah.
nah,
Facts.
if you can get it already aligned before you jump into it, then the way it's like before I teach a class, I like being there at least like 30 minutes before, 45 minutes, so then I'm at peace. It's the same as going into my year. I gotta be at peace before I like step into it. Like now,
That's
some
real.
stuff you out of control of. Like you don't have control of. You can only control what you can control. But it's like if I can have my hand on most of it, then like I said, I know how I'm gonna like navigate the game and narrate the whole thing. So
So do you feel like you're booked up
That's
the
why
year
you fucking
prior?
OG. I swear to God, that was some OG logic, nigga.
Bro, so like when
You
did
got
you like
time management.
Big
Yeah.
nigga, what the fuck?
when did it start though? Like the whole like the suit game or
Suit,
like
yeah.
the just knowing like manifest like knowing you would have those years planned. When did that start? Like I bet let me start.
you wanna go back?
Like,
back?
yeah,
Let's
so
go back
for
to
me,
the start. Yeah.
the start, the very top, or from where the question he just asked.
Probably
It don't matter,
from
shit.
when you started wearing your suits. Because you probably were artsy
Yeah,
before
but
then.
2013. to be exact.
2013. Okay.
But it was like, or actually, let me go back a little bit before that. Cali, when I was living in Cali. So out there, it was like, yo, either you being yourself or you trying to be something that you're not.
Right.
Because everybody their own thing out there. Even if you way out there, it's you. You know what I'm saying? Wherever that you from, like where I live was North Hollywood. So I was basically in like this crab barrel of like greatness. So anybody from anywhere in the world lived in the same space, like in this like radius of like dopeness. So like everybody there is hungry. Everybody's auditioning. Everybody's in class. Everybody's like either going to school or whatever that they're doing. And so I'm from Milwaukee, you know what I'm saying? That's a pond out there. Like that's an ocean.
Right.
So like, yeah, you going crazy here, but when you get there, that crazy don't mean nothing. Because like I said, to everybody else go crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
So so it was one of those situations like, how do you stand out when you go to
Damn,
auditions?
nigga, what you doing? Fuck yeah. Open up a present. God damn. Bro.
Just rip it.
You living Christmas out here.
Right. Just rip it,
I was
bro.
like, God damn. I'm hearing shit. Oh, man.
Hey, I was ignoring it like motherfucker.
No, I was gonna keep going too. No, but out there it was just like, all right, so I feel like okay as a mover, like I'm nice with it, but then also it's like it's a visual game, so it's like how you look and what you present. So then I was just like, all right, what's that look like? So I started wearing like the European look, which was like jeans and like a blazer, so super basic. But then I was like, psh, that's too basic.
Like if I'ma do it, I'ma do it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like if you gonna do it, you
Go
gotta
all
go all
in.
out.
Facts.
So then like from 2011 to 2013, like I started, that transformation started to happen. Because before that, I used to I was a manager at like Zoomy, so I did the like skinny jean era, like Cat Daddy,
Wow. I
like
would
with the
never
colorful
thought
jeans.
that,
Like
yeah.
me, I like the
I
Nike.
can see that.
I could see that
see
too
him
now, like
working.
No, for
picturing
sure.
it.
Yeah, yeah.
Like since you say it, I could definitely see.
Yeah, I used to skateboard, all of that. So like I was like on that.
Damn.
Tyler Creator, like that whole like era of like Odd Future, like I was like really on that whole wave. So, and obviously being in Cali too, so like Nikes, everything, like jean jacket, everything, that was me. But then I was like, nah, if I'm gonna be like presentable, like, cause everybody also called me Chris too. But when I moved there, I was like, it's so many Chris's, so I was like Christopher.
It's hella
So,
Christmas.
Yeah, you know what I mean. It's hella Chris's is always gonna be that. So then I was just like full on transformation of like molding the brand, which we talk about that all the time. So like you can have it, but then that brand got to hit too. So then it's like
I
all
agree.
parts is going crazy at the same time. But yeah, so 2013 was like the year where I was like, okay, I'm finna go full out suits, three
Right.
pieces, double breast, single breast, whatever, don't matter. And I'm talking about like extravagant, crazy, vibrant colors. Like not just because you rock a suit, but then it's just a suit. But if you're gonna be seen and you in entertainment, you gotta go crazy. So then every time they know, like they don't even gotta know you, but they know you about something because how you present yourself.
Nah, yeah, you be
So,
fucking the game up, bro.
You know what I'm saying? This most people call it peacock, and I just call it me being me. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
Like,
I can
sure.
see that.
they do
Yeah,
all that stuff to
because-
be like, oh, look, and I'm just like, nah, bro. Like I literally always been about the color, even during my like skating days and all that kind of stuff. Like,
Had the vibrant colors
yeah,
going.
yeah. So it was nothing new. It's just changing it over and moving it over to a new thing. So
Yeah.
but yeah, so 2013 and since then, so almost 10 years now, I've been like this on
Locked
this.
in.
So
Wow.
yeah, I don't mess around.
I
bro.
remember. This
crazy.
is like during pandemic, bro. I remember you popped up at Mondo crib, and I had never have seen you not in a suit before until that day. Nigga came in some joggers. I was like, what the fuck?
I thought this nigga was a human for
He's like, oh, he's like, is he? What's wrong with him, bro? I did that. I remember going out in public. Like, I've only done it maybe like twice, not in a suit. And the
Facts.
first time, I'll never forget it. Like I was at Pick and Save buying. I don't even know what I was buying, but I'm in line. I had like a dad hat on, like I had like low brim, like I'm ducked. I had the jacket flipped up, and somebody like, so I sensed somebody walking up to me. Is like, Chris. And I was like,
Oh man.
it's like, bro, what's wrong with you, bro? What happened? You sick? I was like, what you talking about? He's like,
you sick?
I was like, no, I ain't sick. He said, what you got on? I was like, bro, I'm just trying to get my stuff inside.
Casual wear.
Niggas thought you were sick.
I was
You
like,
got casual
yeah,
clothes
like
on.
a normal
person. And then they got a cold, man. He
He's
got
sick.
joggers on.
He's sick with it. So yeah, nah. But it's also like it stems from my mom, bro. My mom was like fashion god type, like
Yeah.
Still, and she still models. She's 66, so it's crazy.
That's hard.
But like she told me this, yeah, like I mean like 66, but I hope them jeans kick in for me too, like to look the same. I'll show you a crazy picture too, but no, she was like, yeah, when you move out my house, you go out into the world. She's like, basically, bro, you not only represent me, you represent our entire family.
Absolutely.
I got a big ass family, so that means I gotta go big every day. It don't matter if it's 2:39 in the afternoon on a Thursday. And
Yeah.
I'm at the store. Like,
How
that's
many
me.
siblings do you actually have?
I got two. The
Okay.
older brother and the older sister. I'm the youngest. So I have
Oh, you're the
three.
youngest child.
So
Okay.
it makes sense. I'm
Yeah,
a
I
little
was-
bit more free. Like they more lax,
Yeah.
but also it's like go get it. My parents was like fully like supportive. Like they're like high school sweethearts. They went to the high school of the arts or West Division is what they used to call it. But
Okay.
so like me, like I grew up in this house where it's like stability and like bossing up. Like we grew up on the north side, but like most kids I knew like didn't have that. Single parent homes. They come from foster homes or they live with their grandparents. So for me, I was always like grateful for that. But they was always understanding of like, if this you, bro, go crazy. As long as you ain't hurting nobody, as long as you in your lane and you doing what makes you feel good about yourself, go do it. So busting moves to Cali or like just going all out with whatever that I'm doing. It's like it's your life, right?
Yeah.
You ain't gonna know until you put yourself in the space to go experience it. And that's half the battle, is just putting yourself in the room.
Facts.
So that once you're in the room, like, yeah, a lot of things that happen, but you in the room.
Yeah.
You know? So that's the way I say about anything, like going big with suits or rocking with who I'm rocking with. It's like you got to be in the room to understand what it feels like to like really get it and then win too.
That goes back to like saying like stuff like your family name though. When you in those rooms, there's moments where it's like, I bet what I've been taught, what I've been given to me, this is the time to showcase it at its highest peak right now.
Facts.
Like everybody in this room don't know me, but I could be my authentic self for my parents, for my dad, anything that what anybody has shown me, I could express it right here.
Right.
You feel me? And it's like, oh, that's golden. Or you just made a connection to somebody else that was needed something that you have. And that's huge, bro. And like, I ain't gonna lie, that's crazy.
Yeah, I'm always been in like go mode. Like
That's
no
wild.
matter what, like I've always had the green light. Everybody do, and I always tell my students now, like especially my younger students, because I remember like growing up and like not wanting to dance because like people I grew up around on the north side was like, yeah, bro, that ain't masculine, like that ain't the move, or like that's gay, or like I had teachers too. My principal in my high school, bro, was like, yeah, Mr. Gilbert, I think that you should invest your time into something more wisely because this dance thing ain't gonna work out for you. And I was like, all right, work.
For sure.
And I didn't even say nothing. All my friends was like, bro, I would have said this. I was like, no. Just gonna let this work speak for itself.
just let
And
that-
like
let that shit
literally,
speak for
bro,
itself.
the first like time I got on and like I saw my name in the credits when I was working in LA, and like that like everything was clear. That satisfaction of like,
let's let the people know what you was doing in LA.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, let's go back to the LA
you wanna go
area.
back?
And
Before I show you that, I'm gonna show you my mom. So this her.
Fire.
wow.
That's hard.
Yeah, show it to the camera.
Shout
Hold
out
on. I'll show you another one.
Oh, mom,
Fire,
stop.
yeah.
Mom's go like-
You can send those
This
to me
was-
and I can add them to the video for sure.
This was
Damn, hold on, that picture hard as fuck.
Yeah, bro.
Nah, that picture tough.
Like she go
That gave me,
crazy,
like
bro.
some real,
It's
like,
genetics, man. It's all in you.
I know, it's
That's
genetics.
one more.
tough. That was really tough.
Yeah, I'll show you.
Yeah,
and
that's-
then the
that's-
like Coca-Cola commercial. Like folks
The
with the
headband.
leg warmers, yeah, like folks,
Oh wow.
folks is crazy with it.
Nigga, they used to promote Coke like it was a fucking energy drink, bro. That shit is wild.
Till then,
It is.
I mean, I think
Yeah.
even this
That
age,
shit,
bro,
like, quench your thirst. Coca-Cola, like hell,
nah, bro.
nigga.
Coca-Cola was a staple in the family
That
household.
shit got
Stuff
gas
down,
in
bro.
it, man. That
No,
shit got 93 premium gas in Coca-Cola.
Oh, my, so you can clean your toilet with that shit.
Shit disgusting.
Yeah.
They clean
So,
blood up. That shit.
Let's go back to when you decided to move to LA. You said back in 2013. Were you recently like graduating high school, graduating college? Did you go to college before you decided to move to LA?
No, I ain't like school at all.
Okay.
I told I ain't even gonna lie, I was like a C student at best, bro. Like,
Same, bro.
I could have tried harder, but I just didn't. And I told my parents, even like I knew they were supportive, but I had just told them because I was like, I ain't had no plan B. I said, I'm going to go crazy with this.
Yeah.
Just believe me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I
So
told
you had
them-
that dream in you.
Yeah,
early
I knew
on.
it before. Like, okay, so I'll probably mess y'all up with this one, but like, so my dream job was to be a forensics artist.
Okay.
Word.
So I would have
Yeah.
for like the police.
Yeah,
Yep.
I definitely wouldn't have.
Word.
You know
bro.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So art was my first love. Dance was third. So
Wow,
it
what was
went
second?
Art, music, then dance. So I'm a musician too. I play drums.
Oh.
So
okay.
I play drums in like
Yeah.
church. I play African drums, and I was on drumline in high school. So like, I thought I was gonna be like in the courtroom, like sketching the jury, like the plaintiff, like going
Yeah.
crazy, or
That's
even
a cool ass
Or
job
on
that
the
you
crime
don't
scene.
hear people like saying that they want to do. That. That's
Mainly
fire.
early
Nah, that's
on, like a-
tough.
Yeah.
That's so like.
I thought
that's
that
crazy.
I thought that I would see like my work on like the news. So like, oh, this is the suspect, and then it's like my art.
Okay.
That's what I really want to do. So like in my mind, like I was like 8, bro. I was young.
Yeah.
I had like that plan out early, so I was already kind of on that as a kid too, where I was like speaking into existence. I was like, yeah, by 25, I was like, okay, I'll be out of college, so I should be well off into my career. By 28, probably had like my first kid. So then I'm still young. Going into my 30s, I'm just flourishing. Got to 25, wasn't doing that. I was dancing professionally, and then 28, definitely ain't had no kids, so I'm still getting after it, dancing. So it's like, what I realize is like, just because you think that you riding this wave right now, that's the wave. Sometimes life is like, nah, bro, I got something better for you, but you got to trust me on this wave over here.
Yeah.
And so I had to, even though I didn't see it, and yeah, my like all the art schools I applied for, I didn't get into none of them from middle school and high school.
Wow.
That like discouraged me. So like, or it just took away from me, like as far as like some of that like out of me. And then my art teacher in high school was like, yeah, bro, you're really not that good. So I just stopped drawing altogether.
That's
Damn, he
crazy.
said that? That shit-
Yeah.
Crazy, right? Crazy.
That's crazy how teachers would literally just tell you straight up to your
Nah,
face.
teachers are down to
Savage.
He be
anybody,
like,
bro.
hey, yeah, that shit suck.
Yeah, I was just like,
Yeah.
all
Get it
right.
together.
And I was like, well, I ain't getting to none of them schools, so I was like, shit, that might damn near
You're
be
like,
the case.
it might actually
That's how
suck.
I felt.
That's
so I just
wild.
stopped. And like I said, music, you know, like I played, but it was like it was for fun. And dance like was one of those situations too where I was like, I like doing it, but I'm not like, I'm gonna go pursue this and make something of it because I ain't seen nobody that looked like me from where I was from doing it professionally, successfully. So I was like, ain't no blueprint. Like, where the foundation behind it? So like, that seemed unrealistic to be like, oh, I can go do this. But all my high school homies was like, bro, you should go do this. So because of them, like my parents, like, yeah, they were supportive, but they your parents. But when it's like, you know, your peers talk to you like that, then it hit different. So after that, yeah, so 08, got done with school or whatever. And then like slowly start like doing all my research, start putting in the time, saving money, whatever. And started to make that transition. And then went out to Cali for the first time in 2010 just to kind of like fill it out, see what happened. And then came back. And then later in 2010, because I did a bunch of different stuff, was teaching and dancing, but I was also doing retail. So I kind of felt like I was like cheating on my dream in a sense because I wasn't like fully investing because I was like, I don't know if this is gonna work. So like it was just all this back and forth.
Yeah.
And it's
Backup
like,
type shit.
yeah, you know. But then also was like, bro, we here. What you mean? Like you ain't put all this time in. You ain't had the support behind you to not go get it. Because then otherwise you just sitting on it. Like you playing with it, and so you ain't gonna get too many opportunities. Like that's just life. Like and when they come your way, like they sometimes don't hand them to you. Sometimes they just end up coming your way, and sometimes you just gotta be like, I'm coming to come get it.
Yeah.
Regardless of whatever you talking about, I don't care what anybody else talking about. It's on me because I'm him basically. And like the first like big like break was like auditioning for So You Think You Can Dance. So that's the real beginning. And
You said you were on.
so I got to Vegas.
You can search that shit.
Yeah, so I got
You search that shit up.
Yeah, so I got the Vegas week.
Yeah,
So
it's
you
on
know
there.
how the show work, right? It's kind of like how American Idol is, but for
Yeah.
dancing.
So you think you can?
Yeah, so you got your preliminary rounds from whatever city that you in, and then you go to Vegas, which is the second round, and then you got the actual show. which is
And
like-
was this back in 2013 when you were on the show?
No, this is so 2010 is when I auditioned for it, and then did the whole. I got to Vegas, but that's where I got cut, and then
Okay.
pretty much after that because that's on like a global level. I was gonna say national, but that's everybody watching it around the world.
like, yeah.
And that was the first time like I felt like I was like seen, like seen, bro, because like I had all these people from like all over the world, like, hey, bro, I just watched your audition, like you inspired me, whatever. Like I felt that, or I feel like you, when I'm like this kid trying to find my way, and I was like, damn, bro, this is the first time like.
And what was your mindset like heading into that first audition? Like, I want to be on. You think you could? Or
So You Think
Well,
You
so
Can
you
Dance.
can think. You
Well,
can
to be honest with you, it was like all of like just out of nowhere. It wasn't like, yo, I'm planning like how I usually been saying, like I planned it out, put this time in, da da da. No, it was just like 2 weeks before the audition. I'm just gonna go.
Okay.
And let's just see
Were
what
you
happens.
nervous?
Try it out.
No, it was just like I've been dancing here like in like the teen clubs because Milwaukee used to be cracking.
Sugar.
Bro. Yeah, Sugar, 618, Ladybug. Shout out to all them spots because they used to like kids
Crazy.
like us.
Yeah.
We only had water and Red Bull in there, but it was cracking though.
Yeah,
But,
facts.
yeah, but like I used to turn up, be dancing, doing stuff, whatever. And then that was like my first like beginning of like, you know, getting in circles and like starting to wave, start building your name up. But that was underground. Like only
Yeah,
if
the
you're a
underground
kid,
scene.
only if you're a kid, you in them spaces, so you only know about me there.
Right.
So this was the first time like I was seen. And no, it was just like, bro, this is what we do. Like a prime example, a perfect example of like how I went into that mindset is how the first time I met him. I don't care about anybody else that's in this room that's going crazy. I don't care about your accolades. I'm coming for it.
Yeah.
Like those is literally the prime example of like what I see the beginning of like, my career was because he about it. He
Yeah.
don't care, and that's what I love most about him because he don't hesitate. I'm just going in. I'm not even thinking about it. I'm blacking out literally. And I remember going into that and was just like, I'm here with you. I mean, I'm here, so I'm supposed to be here. Anytime that we like do anything like us doing Wisconsin Fest or all the stuff that we've done up to this point, just in general, what we gonna continue to do when you're in them spaces with them people that's about that, or people that's bossed up, or people that's like out here, we supposed to be there. This ain't nothing new. So when you audition or you're in a space like that, that's the space you're supposed to be in. Otherwise, you would never be in that room. So the mindset was just go get it. You know, like literally just go get it. So
Facts.
I mean, so no, I did that, and
Shit.
all I could give is what like I said, all you can do is give what you can in that moment. Live with that, you know, die by it kind of situation, and that's that. You
Yeah.
know what it is though, but it don't stop because it don't stop. And after that, that kind of like transitioned to, okay, let me go do this for real. And then now being in LA and was working for Nickelodeon. So that's to catch you up to one
wow.
question.
Yeah. If
You
you, ain't
get the
know,
whole
if you
LA.
ain't know,
Yeah.
if you ain't know, my man's was on Yo Gabba Gabba.
He
For the kids.
Yo bullshit.
Yeah.
That's bro, swear to God, when I first met Chris, and in like the True School days, like,
Yeah.
that's how niggas told me, like, he's a dancer, and I'm like, oh, okay, like, go crazy.
Yeah.
And it's like, nah, nigga, like, he do that shit professionally, like,
No,
it's still
for real.
going.
You good?
Yeah, it's still going.
Okay. I just want to turn you up just a wee bit. You can continue talking.
No,
But yeah,
facts.
so then I'm like, they like, yeah, bro, he's a dancer. I'm like, okay, for sure. And like, nah, he's like a professional dancer. Like, he was on Yo Gabba Gabba. And I was like, wait, what? I was like, wait, what you mean? Like, niggas, everybody got Yo Gabba Gabba. And then I figured out, like, which character he was and shit, bro.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, nah, that's tough, bro. And
That's
that was really,
crazy.
I
tough.
see you falls for that too.
Okay.
Yeah, it was pretty
like
wild.
one door closed, another one open.
Yeah.
And that was like the beginning of like my career, like started. So that was 2010. So
Yeah.
that whole audition process was 2010, and then later that year I was on tour with them.
Oh,
Like, just that
wow.
quick. It was
Okay.
made 2 months later. So it was that summer when all that stuff dropped. Like that season had aired, and then that fall I hopped on tour with them. It was a national tour. It was like Canada and North America.
Okay. And
Fire.
so when you saw like yourself on TV for the first time, how did that make you feel?
Mama, we made it.
Yeah.
Like,
Was
you know
that your
what I'm
mindset? Were you getting calls back from home? Were people like calling you, texting you during
Oh
that
yeah,
time?
yeah. That's your fault. I mean, that moment is always crazy because you like. I remember being there, but you don't know. You know what TV is. You don't know what they're gonna show or how they're gonna present you. But it was like, yo, I'm here. But also, it was like, that's Milwaukee.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't speak for everybody, but I was like, I felt that though.
But as a person from Milwaukee, raised in Milwaukee, born in Milwaukee, bro, when you see somebody make it from the city and start doing shit like that, bro, you get a little pride yourself. Like
No, yeah, 'cause
when
no
you
one
hear,
really
bro, it
makes
feel like
it.
when you hear it, feel like you so enclosed. Like it feel
Oh,
like
yeah.
Yep.
don't nobody really give you the opportunities that you think you deserve or like that you know you deserve, and it just feel like you kind of just stuck in this crabs in a bucket city, bro. I know niggas be like, no, Milwaukee really not crabs in a bucket, bro. But it really is, bro. A lot of people here don't fuck with other artists or fuck with like other people and help bring other people up.
I can
So when
agree
you
with
see
that,
somebody
for
go
sure.
do the shit and make it and start like, you know what I'm saying, having this professional career and something that they love to do, it give you a little hope, give you a little inspiration. Like,
Oh, for sure.
damn, like you could really do this shit. And like shit, for all the years that I known this nigga, bro, it's been like, damn, you could really do this shit, and he will speak that to you 10,000
Facts.
times over, bro.
Over and
Yeah.
over.
And really like install that shit into your head, bro, and that shit really like it helped, nigga. Like that's why you a legend to me, bro. Like I will always know, like no bullshit. You might be my dog, my homie, but I will always look up to you, bro. And that's just out of pure
That's
respect.
real shit,
and-
though.
No, that's love,
that's
bro.
crazy.
Bro,
Yeah.
like-
That's real shit.
Yeah, you know, they say get your people they flaws. They can still smell them. Some cats be too cool or whatever. I'm too smooth to let somebody know. I'm like, no, bro, like,
Fuck that.
because I didn't, you know what I'm saying? No, for real. Because like I said, I was nobody like where I was like, yo, that's the dude right there. I gotta like get to that. So like now that I'm in that position, like I gotta be that dude. I got a responsibility. You know what I'm saying? Like I could easily still be in Cali or giving what I got to anybody else.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I'm giving you my prime years right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I could go to anywhere else, but I said, bro, what do I want my legacy to say? Was I
Yeah.
the kid that jumped and just uprooted because I felt like Milwaukee couldn't give it to me because it got a ceiling? Yeah, it got a ceiling, but for me, what I learned is it's about going to the places. That's where it's at, whether it's on the coast or wherever in the world that it is, getting the resources, getting that knowledge, and then taking it back to where you're from and investing it and instilling it back into your people. Because somebody ain't going to have that same hunger to go get it. So
Yeah.
sometimes I got to bring it back. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, like, and one of my OGs told me, say, hey, bro, man, like, when you got something that's beneficial and that's powerful and that can, like, empower the people, give it out to the masses. Otherwise, it's just going to die with you.
Facts.
And I said,
Oof.
ooh.
Facts.
I was like, damn, I don't want anything that I have to die with me. Because I'm not too cool to keep it to myself. You know what I'm saying? Right now, for real. So I'm like, facts. So when you see me, I'm like, where you see me at? I'm here. I'm literally here rocking with who I'm rocking with for a reason so that you can see, like, it's not impossible. Yeah, I did all that, but I'm here. Like, to me, like, I've had two different careers. I have had my Cali career, and the industry, and then I had the city, the mill career. If you ask me which one I like more, which one you think?
414.
Exactly,
That's what
because I'm in control of it.
Yeah.
You know, there you contribute to somebody else's vision, you ride somebody else's way, like you add to a picture that's already been painted. Here, I'm defining my own legacy every single day.
Making your own lane.
Yeah, and doing it
Making
in the
your
city I'm
own
from.
wave.
Damn
Yeah.
right.
Like,
That's way more powerful.
yeah.
That's crazy.
What you want, that's what hopefully I'll be more remembered for. Like Yo Gabba,
No,
whatever. That
there's
was
no doubt that you will be remembered and a legend in the
one of the
city.
I
legends,
think
man.
living on for
Listen,
a while.
I guarantee you,
One of the
in
goats.
the next 10 years, Christopher Gilbert will have his own motherfucking day in Milwaukee, bro. I can guarantee
Somebody
that
just
shit.
One
said
of
that
the
to me.
goats.
and
I
was
can
like,
guarantee that shit.
but
No
anything
lie.
is not crazy now. I was like, that's wild. But I was like, I don't think anything impossible at this point. I'm like,
You-
bro,
just think
for
about
sure.
this though, like the shit that you do for the community, the shit that you do for the people around you, your environment, like kids, like all the shit that you've been doing, bro. What you finna go do later? You feel me? Like all that shit matters, bro.
No, facts.
And people see that shit. And for you to be such a staple in the city, like, bro, you can go anywhere, bro. And they might not know your name, but they know you like, oh, that's bro. That's bro that be doing all this, that, and the third. You feel me?
right.
Like, they gonna know your face. They know who you are. So once, you know what I'm saying?
Because it's everything that comes with it, where it's just not the name, but it's like, again, the suits, where they may not know him, but they know who he is from his style,
Right.
from his charisma,
Y'all still got
the
this
person
damn
he
dog?
is. You feel me? And it's like, no, it's just crazy how life works. You feel me? Because he went through all this, and I remember coming up, and it was me finding my development years of becoming a dancer.
Yeah.
You know, it was just one of those things where I've always been dancing since I was a kid. I just knew how to dance, but I'm like, I want to be more in depth with it. So 2010, 2011, 2013, the time, that era, I'm watching shows and all types of dancing and stuff like this. So I've seen him way before I met him.
Yeah.
You know, and one night, this was 2017, 2016, I want to say. And I just came to the mill. It was one of my homies' birthday parties. And I just came to the mill. He was like, bro, slide, like it's finna be lit. I know you be dancing. Come turn up with us. I'm like, all right, cool. Slid. And I'm just going crazy. But it's just me, though. And I've always been okay with that. Like, I don't really care who's watching me.
Yeah.
Or if it's a circle. And I'm just going to dance anyway. I love to dance.
You've
So I was
just been your
going
own
in.
person.
And, yeah, and he just came in. Suited up, just like, you feel me, crazy. And I'm like, who the fuck is this nigga with the suits? I'm still going crazy. I'm like, whatever. He starts going crazy too. And I was like, oh, it's up. Bet.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't even like a competition or anything. It was just one of those things where the energy was there. And I always wanted somebody where it's, who could keep up? You know?
So mutual
I'm
respect.
dancing. He's dancing. I know he's good. Like, matter of fact, he's great. Like, the movements are smooth. Everything is elegant.
Like, he got it.
everything's
Like,
real,
he's
you
been
feel
what
me?
you've been
and
waiting for.
As a dancer, you just know. Like, you see people like have moves, and you see people that know how to dance for real.
Yeah.
Where you just know, you give them respect right away. Like,
Yeah.
dancers just do that. Where you see somebody, you be like, oh, for sure. I'm cool with him now, respectfully. You feel me? He like that. Then there's the ones that try you. They'll try you. Then it's like, yeah, no, you're not really like
I
that.
remember one cuz got on stage.
You feel me? Like, there's the ones that they'll try to like, you
Nigga
feel
did
me?
the
But they
same
not
move
really.
6 times. Shit was
They
sick,
ain't
bro.
really like that for real. But he approached me with that love, with that energy where it's like, I respect you, bro. You feel me? Because it wasn't no audience. There wasn't nobody there. You just over here going crazy. And you know me, like, if I feel something, I'm turning up like real life. Like, you can't stop me in that moment. Music just takes over me.
Yeah.
And he just joined in, and it was one of those things like a unison, it's like a brotherhood where it's like, yo, I feel where you coming from, and I get the gist of what's going on out here. I want to be a part of it, you know? And from day one, we just locked in. We exchanged numbers. We was texting, you feel me, just seeing how each other was doing, everything like that. And I just moved out here. And then we started doing our stuff on the stages and everything, and then we met again. We met that same year, 2018, 2019. And it just took
Full
off
circle,
from there.
Which is crazy because it was a preview to what we was about to create.
Yeah.
So, question. So, did you link up with Mondo on your own accord? Or was this kind of like a joint thing where he like kind of like Dose linked up with him and was like, nah, I want to bring Cousin and shit too?
No, I saw Mondo. I saw the 2019 show,
Yep.
the Summerfest show, and so I didn't know Mondo.
Word.
Yeah, not at all. Not before that. I hadn't even seen him before. But I saw that set, and then we was out one night in Lucid, and I literally just like, I'm the type of person like, when I'm because I like moving solo dolo.
Right.
I don't really do
always,
squads.
always have.
You know what I'm saying? Because I know what I'm capable of and I know what I'm gonna bring by myself. So if I link with you on some squads, you better best believe I believe in you.
Yes.
Like for real. And I remember I saw them out at Lucid, and I just told them, because this is the same with all my music stuff too. I link like with people that I've worked with in the past in bands and stuff. I always have said, and I haven't said this much. I've only said it twice in my life. The first time when I linked with my bandmates, I said, I don't know what we're gonna do, but we're gonna work. And we did that for about 7 years. Rode that wave, was going crazy. Said the same thing to Mondo. I don't know you like that. I don't know what we're gonna do, but we're gonna do something. He said, all right, say less. And then the first show was at the Miramar. It was like we dressed up as nerds.
Yep.
And I think it was like, it might have been a school night.
Yeah.
I think it was the first one of the year too. Just like this Thursday. Shout out. TL, we in there. And it was just one of those like, all right, I'm down to just do a show. Just as I rock with y'all. 3 years later, 4 years later, now it's like, this is what we do.
Yeah, it's
So,
crazy.
and the thing is I still like to ride solo. But if I'm rocking with you, which clearly that means all of us that's sitting here, y'all know what it is. It's a brotherhood and it's real. So, especially at this point in my career where I'm like more so on the production side of things, I'm never really on stage. And I'm just like, I like to see other people win. Like I like to contribute to the vision more so than like be in the forefront. But it's always like, those who know, we all know, you know, like that performer in you don't never leave. So it's like, you know, I'm not doing music and I'm not doing like art like that. So it's like, what's one way to still stick to staying true to what that performer in you is like still hit the stage. Yeah. And like, it's the best thing that's happened to me. This is the best team I've ever been on artistically. Like for real. So.
Yeah, we had to talk about that.
That's real.
Was that Bastille Days? We were talking about that?
Yeah. Yep.
Can we speak on
or Brady Street.
as far as
Brady Street.
Yep.
Because entertainment and everything has changed over the years, obviously. Do you think it's still important to do shows, performances, since everything is all like media and social media based where people get famous and stuff off that? Do you think it's still important to have shows for people to come and then visually like see you rather than just doing it on social media the whole time?
I don't know, maybe just because I'm old school, human interaction is everything. Like, it don't mean nothing if you can't feel it, if you can't look at it, if you can't, like, you know what I'm saying, like you say, interact with it. Like me, okay, so I'll give you an example. I could, because we see it all the time in, like, movies or just in general, like, okay, I'm in Cali and I send a video back to kids here. Oh, y'all can make it go crazy. Look at me, blah, blah, blah. That means nothing to them. If they can't look you in your eyes, if they can't shake your hand, if they can't feel your energy, that means nothing. So, like, for me, that's why I thought it was important to come back, because then I was like, then they can not only see it, they're going to feel it.
Right.
And I'm planted. Not like he kind of here, he's somewhere here. Because what I realized is the same thing with like the suits. Everything that I do is like, if you do something here and there, people don't believe you. If you do it somewhat, nah, they ain't really with
halfway.
you. But if you're consistent and it's all the time, they can never deny you. Say, well, he do be in the suits all the time.
Facts.
So I can't doubt that he really about that life. It's not a gimmick. It's not a catch. He really about
is,
that.
yeah.
So it's the same with like your work ethic, but also the shows and everything that we do. It's like, they got to be there. That's why I get running it back every single Thursday. That consistency shows you we really about what we working towards, what we own. Otherwise, if we only do it every once in a while, it's like, well, yeah, every once in a while.
They
it's
just
only
do this as a hobby.
You know,
nah,
but you care to show up every single week, just like they care to show up every single week to say, we about what y'all about.
Right.
That energy, that exchange. If that's not there and they only watching us from the screen or if they only scrolling, that ain't nothing.
Yeah,
you know, so
no, I agree with that, because even going back to 2018, I think it was, that's when I like was seeing you around, or I was hearing your name even before I was even doing media in the city.
Yeah.
So I remember vividly the first time I actually saw you perform, and I was like, oh my God, this is someone who I need to like connect with. And it was the Chainsmokers at the Pfizer Forum.
Yeah.
And I remember you were
that was
there.
crazy.
Yes, I was there in an audience, and I decided to go
That-
literally last minute. And
Black
I saw
out.
you. I was probably
That's
on the
wild.
second level of stands, but I saw you because you had a red suit on at that time. I was like, I know Chris. Chris is down there. And at that point, you didn't know me. I was just a regular person in the audience.
That's fire.
And then I saw you break your arm on stage. You were going crazy with the Chainsmokers, and I remember you made it on the news article like not that
that
long
was-
after. Yep.
It was damn near the next.
that was crazy.
Yeah.
Because the headline was Milwaukee dancer Shocks, chain smokers, and the whole city.
Yep.
And I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
Like this is why we do it to like. I'm glad they said like 414 like dancer like.
Yep.
You know like, this is me because the beauty in that whole situation. Or I'll just give you a quick rundown. It was supposed to be a battle, a back and forth.
Okay. Who were you supposed to be battling?
Him.
Oh, wow.
That
okay.
was it was supposed to be a back and forth. So what they did was they do that in every city. They just pick somebody out, and he saw the jacket, and he was like, "Yo." And so then when I came up, he was like, "Oh, okay." He thought, "Oh, he just looked the part." I said, "All right." Once again, somebody else doubting, and then he asked. He said, "Where you from?" I said, "I'm from here." 414.
Yeah, the crowd
Said that
went
shit
crazy.
in the video.
And he was just like, and then what he do? He looked around. He said, "Oh."
Right.
As if he like didn't believe me. I said, "All right, bet." And there's a fun. If you watch the video again, when like he was just like, "All right, come on." And I was like, those know what I'm talking about. When somebody really tries, he's like, all right, that little prep up flex,
Yep.
I do it right before he start. And I said, all right, bro. And then I smoothly just like unbuttoned the jacket. Was just like, all right, let's go. And as soon as I started, like within the first 5 seconds, if you notice, he back up way back.
Yeah.
He stepped way back, and then he was just like, oh, damn. And I halfway through, if you watch it, you see me be like, so what's up? Like I'm looking at him, and he's like, nope. And so I took up the whole like 20, 30 seconds or whatever that
You
it
did,
was.
yeah.
And it was just like, and then he got up, and then when he walked to me, and like basically embracing me, was like, bro, you the coldest to ever do this.
Yeah.
Like he's like, much respect. Like I give you. He's like, I can't even say nothing. I was like, all right. It's like, and my first thought was, now you know.
Yeah.
Put
Like
respect
that
on our
was
Put
another big
respect on
moment.
our
Yeah.
name. That was the biggest thing I took away from it. It was bigger than just being on stage. It was like, now you know. Not to ever look at the 414 and say, like, because that was his.
Yeah.
That was the mindset. Like, all right, sure, okay, what you gonna do? So yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, I remember
Nah,
that.
that's
And then
lit, bro.
that
Yeah.
night, a couple of my friends who went there, we decided to go to Lucid after, and then you pulled up to Lucid. And that's where I was just shocked. I was like, there's no way you just did all that on stage and now
then
you
come
popped
out
up at Lucid.
and go
And then I remember just
party.
approaching you and just being like, bro, what you did on stage was crazy. And at that point, you didn't know me. Not one thing. You embraced me like everybody else, but mainly just like a fan embrace. Like, oh yeah, appreciate it. You
Nah,
did
it's
your
love,
little
bro.
2 hands together and you're like, appreciate it a ton. And I was like,
Right.
cool. And then little did you know we'd be literally neck and
working.
neck with each
I'm
other,
telling you.
working on stage
how
every
it always-
Thursday.
Before circle moments.
Yeah.
it's
Hey,
crazy.
but look, Dose, back to your question about like, do you think that concerts and whatever are
Online.
necessary?
Yeah.
I think you know this too. Concerts are very necessary. Because think about
100%.
this shit, bro. The music we listen to in the car, you know what I'm saying? Just like, say we listening to some Kendrick, say we listening to Thundercat, you know what I'm saying? Sade. Now imagine going to see Sade live, right?
Yeah.
That's going to change your whole perspective on how you listen to that song. And that's going to change your whole idea. So if you never had that experience of going to see that person live, like, you're just going to be like, oh, this is a good song. But like, all right, me personally, like after I went and seen Kendrick, that whole album hit different to me.
No, I'm already
like I
on.
hear that shit and I just be like, damn, bro, like this nigga's like that. Or like even Thundercat now, like
Facts.
I go back and I remember that shit. Like, damn, he really can play these songs
Because
like
you see it,
like
you
it
see
sounds,
the,
you know what I mean?
like you said, you know, like I'm able to see this person visually. I'm able
And
to
that's-
touch
and-
that person, and it's like that makes me more of a fan because I see the hard work you put in.
And
like
then
you're
you know,
human, like me.
he said,
you know?
you know, that's really what they do.
You
like,
feel me?
This is really their art.
It
You
ain't for
feel
sure.
me?
Because you can make anything look good and dress it up.
Facts.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm old school in this way. I'm word of mouth. I'm bringing it right to you.
Facts.
I'm giving it to you
This
straight
nigga
up.
still
so
got
that you know.
cards, man. This nigga
Yeah.
still be handing out cards.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like I'm classic with
That
it.
nigga
Like
probably got cards on him right now.
you already. No, I keep that fire on me.
Yo,
No,
myself.
yeah, for real. Like where you just like, yo, I was a classic man before the song Classic Man came out.
Talk your
So
shit.
like, you know what I'm saying? Like way before that was a wave, and everybody was like, I'm finna rock suits now. Like I was doing that.
You had the
time, like,
suits.
I was doing the shorts with the suits before Brian did it in the finals.
In the finals.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Come on,
Scroll
guys.
back 2013,
Come on.
you know what I'm saying? 14, I was doing that, and everybody was like, I don't know.
Talk
and
your
Brian
shit.
did, and it was like, all right. I was like,
It
come on
works.
now.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying I created it, but I was definitely on it.
On
like,
the
where
wave,
It's like
yeah.
creatively, like, I'm going for it.
Mm-hmm.
There is no limits to anything that I'm doing. And the main thing that I believe, I'm like, shoot, I ain't never got to aim for anything that I'm already am.
Yeah.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm that. So I don't. It's not something. It's not a stretch. I'm not stepping outside of my norm. It's like this is me. So I gotta fully run with that, and it's the same as when I hit the stage with them, where it's like, this is my element in every possible way, and I'm gonna play my part. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gotta be the main focus. I ain't gotta, even with the,
it's real shit.
You know, some cats, it's an ego thing where you like, I'm trying to get it off every time I get, like, you know.
We talked about this too.
Everything gotta be you, but I said, no, bro, like I ain't got nothing to prove, like, cause you gonna see it.
Yeah.
It's a consistent, like, high level of greatness.
Every time.
There's a level of like, I can either tell you
or
how great I am, or I'll just show you
how good I am.
And you'll see me.
It don't matter. And the thing is, I'll be telling like the kids I work with too, because y'all came to the show, Elevation.
Beautiful
Dominican.
I missed it.
So,
I'm sorry.
No, we running back again this year.
I was about to say I'll be there this year.
Yeah,
I know. I
beautiful,
believe it.
bro.
So motivational dance show at Dominican High School. I do it every year in the spring, and it's basically talking about like self-care, your value, mental health, all these things that we all talk about, but on a like more grand scale and not shoving it down nobody's throat, but doing it in an artistic way. And like, you know, you have some kids, it's like they performers, they want to be in the front all the time. They need to be the focal point. I say, when you great, it don't matter where I put you.
They gonna see you.
Your glow is gonna hit every single time.
That's very true.
And there's a couple kids that I was definitely like, they do that.
That wasn't even like the center of it, but like just
in the
on
back,
the side.
You know,
and they were
you see
just
it.
doing their thing,
You
and I
see
was
it.
like,
You
yo,
see that little motherfucker right there.
It's
see
the
it.
whole energy thing.
Like, he gonna be something.
Yeah, right. Like you see it in them. It's
Little
like,
Asian, bro.
Yeah,
He's
a
nice.
star.
Shout out Ty.
crazy.
He's a star.
K-pop star, like, bro goes dummy. And I only put it in the show because he was in the show, because I was like, this is that, like, and that's my biggest thing. It's like having like the Phil Jackson mindset, like understanding the triangle and the pieces that you're working with in order to see people shine the way that they should. You got to allow them to be themselves, but then also put them in a position to be able to shine.
Yeah.
Like, I understand my position on this team. You know, like, I don't have to be doing all this extra stuff to try to prove a point. Just do what you do.
And we don't, but you know, we always gonna give you that moment to shine.
Yeah,
You feel me? Like,
and that's the
moment
beauty of
comes,
it, because
yeah.
everybody's still coming up, right? You know, so it's like a lot of times when your team is young and they coming up, everybody just trying to eat, so then they trying to make it about how can they eat the most.
Yeah.
It's always enough food on the table. It's always enough to get, you know what I'm saying, get after. If you understand that concept, y'all always gonna be level headed.
Facts.
No matter what. Like, it's just the way that it is. Like, and that takes time to understand that. Like, the analogy that I always like to use when people ask me about like my come up, especially if you're a basketball head like I am, is I'm Bron. I explain it. Bron, during his first years in Cleveland, did all this work, put in the time, young prodigy, got to the finals, fell short. I had to move to Miami, which I did, my LA, to learn how to win. Once I got that championship pedigree under my belt and understood what it took to actually get my shit off with a team and what I can actually do when it comes to me contributing to that team, what'd he do? He goes back to Cleveland. I come back to Milwaukee.
And
To do what in 2016? Get that chip.
Get a chip.
Now, my mindset is a little bit different on the later half of his career. I ain't going to LA. I'm making sure we continue to get them chips from 2016 all the way till now.
Facts.
Since I've been back.
Yeah.
Stay
This is
home
my-
and,
this
and
is-
help
this
home
is-
grow.
Yeah, 2016. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's get it. That's the way that I see it. Like, it's got to be that way. And now he understands his position, right? Like, he ain't doing it by himself. He pulled that team for so long. You know what I'm saying? Even when he came back in 2016, when they was going back like, all the finals against, you know what I'm saying, the Warriors. But now it's like, okay, I got to dial it back. I'm not as young as I used to be. But I understand I got these young cats with me.
Facts.
That's super hungry. Allow them to create. Do what you do on the team. Bring that leadership. Listen, but fall back when you need to, too. That balances everything. So,
Yeah, you just said that beautifully.
Yeah, that's real.
Yeah, that's very
real,
well
man.
said.
Boy, I swear to God, you bro.
That's why I love that we had him on here, because I told him it was
just
gonna be
damn.
it's gonna be that. It's also beneficial for not us, but the other artists or other people that's trying to be creatives that watches this, where they could see it and see the come up and see the rise, because it's true. It's everything that
inspiration.
you've been through, and it's inspirational, it's motivational. Where it's like, for me, I see it. I'm right next to him, and he telling me, you feel me? He feed me with all these affirmations. I'm like, bro, like, nah, you feel me? Like, I'm trying to get there, so when it's my turn, I make sure I go hard as I can, because I feel like I'm so behind when it comes to him.
no,
Because I want to get to that level where it's like, I want to get to that level where I could give back and come back home to the crib and have the manifestation of everybody in the circle, find a new circle, having someone to feed off. You feel me? And that's the person I drive off. So it's crazy, like hearing it, seeing it. You feel me? And actually hearing your story now and seeing everything comes true. It's like that's
It don't mean
that's powerful.
Hear, right?
That's powerful.
It don't hit the same unless you hear what I'm gonna say to you, bro. It's like you can have all the accolades in the world and still not be that dude.
It's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? Like you can literally have the resume for days and days and days and still not be that dude. Like, and that's what you're gonna be remembered for. And so for me, it's like it's bigger than me. Like I can run it back. I can give you the whole list and just keep going and keep going and keep going because the list is there. But it like if you ain't putting in that work on yourself to like get it off right because you true to your craft, then it means nothing. You're just moving aimlessly with no purpose. And so like a lot of cats, I see a lot of young cats moving like that where they're like, oh, how should I do this? What should I be on? Like, bro, you got to figure out what works for you before you can go off. So, and especially if you're doing it in a team space, understanding, like I said, what you bring to the team, but also understanding what your strengths are within your team.
Right.
To allow them to do what they need to do so y'all all can be successful. Like, I genuinely do this because I want to see y'all win.
Absolutely.
Like it's really about y'all.
That's
I want to
love.
see you win. I want to see you win. I want to see you win. Mondo, everybody.
That's real nigga activities. A lot of niggas won't say that, bro. That's real nigga activities.
That's love, bro.
Like to actually admit to the fact that like, or not even admit, just to have that feeling of like, I want to see the people around me grow as much as I want to grow, or like be even better than me. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Like that emotion, bro. Niggas will never admit to that. Niggas will never feel that way. Like certain people don't never
It's
feel
real,
that way.
man.
Like,
Yeah.
like you said, people will always want to be the star in their group. So for you to be like, yo, nah, I want to see everybody win. I want to see you win. I want to see you win. Like, that's
Because I could be
real
ego
nigga
driven,
activities,
like, bro, you know all the stuff I did. I'm the GOAT. I'm this, and that. And if I'm like talking like that, I'm damaging the team.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? It's not helping by any means. Like when y'all call me OG, like yeah, I'm still young, but I take that to heart because like an OG is somebody that you fully, thoroughly respect.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Through and through.
Yeah.
So I understand like when you say that, I'm like, yo, you got a responsibility to be exactly
Yeah.
that on this team.
Like I take it as far as saying you the big homie. Like, and,
For sure.
You know, if you in these streets, and you know what I'm saying. Like when you say somebody is your big homie, bro,
Yeah.
you don't just say that shit. Like, so when I say you the big homie, bro, that's really because you give me knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Like big homie is someone that's gonna show you how to do shit and tell
sure.
you when you wrong and tell you, you know what I'm saying, like all the shit that a leader would do. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that you should look up to would do. That's why when you say you the big homie, bro, it's
Ain't
because
need
you
a
got
lie.
so much knowledge, bro, and so much shit that you can give me, and that I appreciate you giving me. I appreciate you spreading that knowledge. You feel me? So it's like,
And I'm still learning.
and you
That's-
still
Ain't a lie.
learning.
And
But- and
with
that's,
y'all.
that's the crazy shit though, because nigga, we all still on our first lives.
Facts.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Like this is one life. We all have lived this life. We all have new experiences.
Yep.
New, you know what I'm saying? We learning new shit
That's
every
the
day.
purpose of it, where it's like
And that shit crazy. to
you
me.
have a gift, you have
to be
a
so
natural
knowledgeable.
gift. You go out there and you
Same.
manifest the goals and everything you did, and you're supposed to share that out with other people.
Fact.
You're supposed to come back and nurture everybody that's been there around at your hometown. You feel me? You're supposed to come back and feed the family. That's something you're supposed to do when you're gifted. That's the God-given right. And to have that acknowledgement, you're just steps ahead. Like, you're right. We all here, this is our first life, but you have steps ahead of us when you come
Yeah,
back.
you have the
and
knowledge
can
to share to us.
And you
You feel
share
me?
that wisdom with us, and you share that knowledge with us. And it's like, nowadays, people would say, well, you don't have to do that. Well, I
Facts.
think everybody should continue to do that. You feel me? I think everybody should continue to do that process because it helps.
Like what you
It
said
helped
earlier,
me
that shit
grow
go.
for years and years now. From when I started, from where I'm at now, it's like now I'm a whole different person. I'm in a whole different mode just because of the conversations we be having.
Facts.
You know?
Right. Because most will say, yeah, why you worried about rocking with them? You good. What you mean? Focus on just what you do. I'm like, I don't want it to start with me or end with me. The only way it can keep going is if you feed. You know what I'm saying? If you provide, you know what I'm saying? If you exchanging with your people like that, whether it's y'all on the team together or not, like I'm out here to get that knowledge, but also be like, hey, bro, I'm working through it with you. I'm
Right.
trying to get it right with you. Like, and there's levels to it. So, and most cats just, I'm not content, bro. And I know none of y'all are either.
Absolutely.
Nah,
I
never.
can't, we cannot be, and that's
Never
that,
will,
that's
man.
that's why I linked. That's what I love about still hitting the
It's
stage.
all the
It's
same
just-
mindset, bro.
Yeah, like well, you know why we here. I'm still treating it like it's my first day of an internship.
I think we're all treating it like it's still our first day.
You know, like I ain't never been here before.
Yeah.
You know,
It's
like
only
and
my third day out here.
like, oh God, like I still want more for it, even at my age and where I'm at, where it's just like it don't stop, bro, until I'm 6 feet under.
Fair.
Talk your
Basically.
shit, nigga.
So like,
Yeah.
what you know,
Can't
like,
stop, won't stop.
yeah. No, and this is, and
It's
I
facts.
sense that with y'all, like I said, where I feel like artistically, this is the best team I've been on, but also that's still pushing me to say, you can still be more, bro. And I'm like, I feel that, because a lot of the people I've rocked with, they're like, oh, you the go, you this, and that, and I'm like, but you're not working with me. Like, you're not
Yeah.
working, if you know what I'm saying, you're content with just saying, you got it all, you the man, and I'm just gonna stay here. No, move with me. You're not
Yeah.
behind me, you next
For
to
sure.
me.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
be
Like,
here.
go with me, bro.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
don't give me this praise or like just blow smoke, you know, my way or whatever. Like, no, I'm not here. This is what you said. I'm here to get pushed. To say, nah, bro, you go a little bit harder. You give me a little bit more. I know I'm gonna get that from him.
I was
Right.
finna say,
Cause
yeah.
I know what? Come on.
But that's
Come
the
on.
reason that I feel like we all together, bro, because we all push each other. Like,
Yeah.
It's
there's
that
been moments
competitive
Dose be
nature.
like, nah, bro, you could do that shit. Like, go ahead and do that shit. Like, I know you got more in you. Like, go for that shit or try that new shit or do that new thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
And same with y'all. Like, nah, make that new routine. Do
Yeah.
that shit. It's like, go. You know what I'm saying?
Push.
Like, all that other shit. Pushing
You gotta
each other
keep
is
it going,
the
man.
way.
That's what keep the
Especially with a
wave
team
going.
like this.
That's what keep everybody creative too, because then it's like, well, now I got ideas.
Right.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Well, now I got ideas, and it's like that competitive nature brings everybody in, and now
And
we
that-
got
and-
all these creatives where we could get together and make something crazy.
Like,
You
even
feel
if
me?
you don't like my fucking idea, the fact that you give me the space to speak it,
Right.
You know what I'm saying, and we'd have a discussion about that is
Yep.
a beautiful thing.
No facts.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely, I love that.
So, with I know you brought up with how you've been in a lot of like different groups in Milwaukee. I just want to know how the culture has changed being in the creative field from like when you came back after LA to where you are now. Because you really speak on the group you're with now, which is us.
Yep.
But
Gang, gang,
from
gang, gang,
me
gang,
growing
gang.
up, I had a lot of just like toxic experience being in the creative industry in the Milwaukee area, and I think that's what
Honestly, same, bro. We could really get into the toxicity in this shit too.
yeah.
Yes.
I mean, now I'm
But,
saying
always
we're young, we're starting.
You airing it out. No, you airing it out.
I want to hear your perspective and how like
shot is big.
were there,
No, for real.
were
No,
there
like
any
yeah.
moments that felt like overwhelming for you that just happened in the city that you were like, ooh, I might have to step away for a little bit, or just overall experience being in Milwaukee and working in the creative field?
No, I got you. Yeah, I mean, I've been in it shoot my whole life, except for them years. You know, over that time, you know, being on the road or you know working in LA. Otherwise, I'm here.
Yeah.
You know, I spent way more time here than anywhere else. Yeah, growing up in it, bro. Like, and Larry, you know, like being from here, like, and I was exposed to it young too. It wasn't like I came onto it later. It wasn't until high school. No, I was in it since I was like a youngin', like watching it because I was so like, my mom's was like in the arts too, so she like go experience it. She worked at MPS too, so like as a dance teacher. So like we was going to all these competitions, dance stuff, and then like I said, music. I was always exposed to it, and art stuff too. But yeah, so my younger years, like it felt more freeing because everybody was just like open to like having a good time and like experiencing the art for what it actually was, which was us,
Yeah.
each other. Like nobody standing on the wall and like people going out to see other people's stuff. It just like it just had this energy to it that was like always refreshing. And then like over time, like surely I would say after like 2008, around that time, those next few years, like things start dwindling away, like the clubs and like
Dance wars.
dance wars, like all this. You had all this stuff that was just like it was just young and everybody was with it. And so we had the spaces to create. What I would say was the turning point is eliminating the spaces.
Yeah.
Because now you're like, what do we do?
But I
Yeah.
mean, at the same time, I understand why they eliminated some of them spaces. Like, let's be real, Sugar. That shit was a toxic.
Oh yeah,
environment, bro.
people was
Yeah.
It, in the beginning cracking, but then the turning point was it's who you got in there, right?
Yeah.
The wrong people start getting into the spaces, and
Yeah.
then the energy that they was putting out was affecting everything. So then it just shut everything down.
Niggas used to, man, I remember, bro, first time I, like, was ever in an incident, well, not even first time, one of the, like, earliest times I was ever in an incident, in, like, shootings or anything was with Sugar, after Sugar. And remember traffic days?
Yeah, we was on Sherman or
Shit ain't
whatever.
so sweet on sugar.
Or Highland, bro.
Shit ain't sweet on sugar, baby.
That shit was not sweet at all, nigga.
It all changed.
Highland Day, like when niggas used to just be on the sidewalks, tipping cars, 100 deep in traffic, bro. Like,
Wilding.
be just doing shit, and that's when they was like, all right, we shutting this shit down, cause that shit is getting dangerous, and that shit is getting hectic in the city, and it's fucked up to say, like, but we as a collective, all of our peers and the people that was going in that motherfucker, we fucked it up. We fucked it up for ourselves, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you just allowed it to.
Niggas being
it
reckless.
started, and then it was like, nah, bro, you know how this, you got to hop on it immediately. But it just kind of kept growing.
Yeah.
And then once all that went away, I had left, and then coming back was just like, that crowd was no longer there. Now you got all the young cats. Now that's kind of just like, well, what is there to do? Stanley, doing all, whatever, just doing all the stuff that's not artistic.
Yeah.
You got the ones that is, but it's an overwhelming like amount of cats that's just like ain't got nothing to do. So then now you got kid boys, all kinds of stuff, just random stuff. When it's like, bro, you could be applying that to something else, because the talent has always been. You know, people say we next up. Nah, bro. I always felt like Milwaukee, we here. We just gotta understand what we working with and make something of it so that it can go somewhere.
It's so much talent.
It's so much, bro, and that's the sad part. That's why I talk the way I talk to them. Where I'm like, bro, even if it's cats that like they just seem like they off they rockers, I'm like, I'm still talking to them like, come on, bro, perspective, fam. I'm just telling you, like, it's not impossible.
And it's crazy though, cause that little talk, bro. Them kids that seem like, man, I just don't give a fuck. Like them kids that just in that mentality of, man, I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want to do. Fuck what you talking about, shit. When you had them talks, bro, it really like sync with some people. I ain't gonna say everybody, but like you had them talks with certain kids, bro, and you tell them like, nah, bro, you stick to what you really doing, like stick to that art, bro, like.
And that's all they really need.
Don't
You feel me? Like you said, that's all they need.
Somebody stopping to talk to them.
Yeah,
Because
just
most
somebody
cats
to
be
talk
like,
to them,
man, these
bro.
little niggas don't understand, so let me not even give them the time of day.
Yeah, let me not even give them the opportunity.
I'm like, bro, I was once him. So you know what I'm saying? And I definitely didn't have nobody talk to me. So now that I'm here, it's like, bro, like I said earlier, you got a responsibility. If you don't do that, you're not living out your truth, which is to play your part by being on this team Milwaukee, Team 414, by giving back, doing the shows, rocking with them, giving them the perspective. Otherwise, it's like, what you really doing it for? Because it ain't about me. You know what I'm saying? It's always bigger than us. So then it's just like, what you doing? So, yeah, the shift, like, was huge, but, like, I don't think it's, like, to a point where it's not impossible to be fixed. We just got to have enough OGs or people that's willing to, like, step in to look out for them. But it's so many that's like, nah, I'm too busy. I ain't got time for that. Or I'm only focused on myself. I'm like, nah. Every day I'm like, I got time today, cuz. Every day I'm like that. Because it's all that I do. Yeah, today I got time, cuz. Like, yeah, like, literally, I'm like, this it. Like, somebody literally just asked me, I did an interview, like, last week, and it was just like, who are the worst people to take advice from? And I was like, for me personally, I would say OGs that stuck in their way or act as if they too good to pass along the love.
Facts.
Yeah.
I'm definitely not going to be one of them. And because I know it. I know enough of them that's in my circle, age-wise, that's been around as long as I have. And they're like, yeah, bro, you could do that. Good luck. But, like, my one voice only goes so far.
Yeah.
But can nobody ever say I didn't give back or not was not true to this? You can never say I was not true to this. So that's why I'm here doing what I'm doing. So, yeah, it's not impossible. It's just enough cats got to come in and be like, all right, let's get it.
And I think that's really one of the things, like, why I started this and really wanted to focus on was just to showcase, like, Milwaukee still has genuine people here who want to see people
talent,
come up.
see people win, see the city win.
And all that, like, toxicity, like what you said, there is a piece for everybody in this industry. No
Facts.
matter what you do, just come and do it, be a part of it, meet the right people, because you're going to meet a whole lot of just talkers. But you just have to separate yourself
You're
from
going to
that.
meet a lot of motherfuckers that just talk.
Yeah.
That just be like...
It just sounds good.
It sounds
just
it
like
sounds
anybody
great.
that you play the sport,
Yeah.
Everybody
that
knows
just
somebody
wanted to be
that-
on the
that
team.
just-
And when you're
They
young,
don't care
you
about losing
you
or
click
winning.
with it.
They just
You
wanna
hear
be
it and you're
here.
like,
Yeah.
I want to be that
I can do
person.
that, yeah. Like, I got a couple...
Milk music.
My
We gotta
family
keep
that's
it
like
music
that.
wise. You gotta give them the question.
Yeah, let's go.
yeah,
Let's dive into the question.
Dive
Let's-
into
let's-
the
Let's
question.
dive into
Feel me?
some other shit right
We
quick.
on some music shit. We on some music.
Who are your top 5 musical influences? Just give me 5 of them.
The genre's just going across the board.
Hey, you know what? It don't even
It
matter.
don't even matter.
It ain't gotta
Don't
be
even
hip hop, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
whatever.
Just go.
They don't even have to be in order. Just
They ain't
top
even-
5.
You ain't even got to give me just like You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Well, if you gonna definitely feel me on this one. Young me, like let's start. We can start from the end. So now, like just generational changes. MJ number one.
Mm-hmm.
Just because of like who I used to be on the sidewalk in my neighborhood. That was my first like stage, dancing with my neighbors to MJ. Surround sound. Moms used to bring the speakers outside, no cap, and be just on
That's
the sidewalk dancing.
Yeah, that's fire.
And that
That's
feeling
fire.
of like them watching was like, wow, I like this.
Yeah.
I knew I got to be some kind of performer, but something about it just hit different. So yeah, MJ one. 2 is Outkast, just eccentric.
Yes, sir.
Style wise, like everything, how they talk, how they walk, move, all of that, like you can't sleep on anything that they do. So crazy. 3rd, because I'm big on showmanship. James Brown.
Whoo.
Just because you can't deny it.
baby.
You can't, you can't deny it. Like you know what he gonna do with it. So no,
man,
that's
it's crazy,
That's obviously
boy.
a mover, but like just his stage presence. Like I've always believed I'm not the best dancer, but I'm a hell of a performer. Yeah, I'll give you that anywhere. Weddings,
Facts.
bar mitzvahs, quinceañeras, don't matter. I'm pulling up, I'm giving you a show, and everybody's gonna feel
Yeah, you're gonna feel
connected.
The impact will be there. Like
Yeah.
you will feel the fucking energy.
every bit of it.
Yeah.
When we just did the show in Wisconsin, pulling everybody, the little girls, the dean, whoever. I'm like,
Shit, even
everybody.
at Float Fest. Float. Yeah,
Oh,
that
Yeah,
shit,
you know what I'm saying? Like
okay,
we
shit.
pulling everybody.
Yeah.
Like if you here, you around this circle, or you just here, you gonna feel every bit of what
Yeah.
we about.
Yeah, we
I know
gonna
you know
include
what I'm
you.
talking
Mhm, bro.
about. So yeah, JB, got to be 3, 4.
It's a tough list already.
Yeah,
though.
that's
It's
yeah.
a tough list already. I ain't
But
gonna lie.
I'm gonna have to go with just because I'm thinking about like focus. I'm talking about delivery. I'm talking about purpose and everything that you're doing. Like it's strategic, but it's not because you know it's him all the way through and through. Kendrick,
I respect
especially
that.
after seeing the show.
Oh,
that
he was there too.
No, you know what I'm
He
saying? I was
too.
there. So like it's like what you stand for is everything beyond just your brand.
Stand for something or
'Cause
fall for anything.
Yep,
I say
that
it all
brand
the
will fall.
time,
The
bro.
brand will fall before what you stand for, or what you stand for will outlast that on any given day.
Facts.
There's authenticity in being original to what you believe in. I realized like a long time ago, I was like, it don't matter what anybody else think. Some gonna rock with it, some not. But as long as you
Love me or
solid,
hate me.
yeah, you solid and you pure with yourself, the right ones will stick with you. They're gonna
Fact.
ride with you throughout all of it, no matter how anybody else feel. But also, it's an opinionated world, so you're gonna get judged for something anyways. So a lot of criticism will be what it's gonna be, and go get yours. So yeah, that'd be 4, and then 5. So I'm trying to think what speaks to me, what's influential.
It makes sense.
Cause all of those different things, I'm like,
Yeah.
are like
It equals
what
to
shaped literally what I'm
Yeah.
doing. Not just I just like the music. It's like no, how does that speak to me
Facts.
as a artist or as a
Right.
person? And it's like them 4, that's crazy. And then 5,
I feel like I know where he gonna go with this.
I
one,
know,
but I don't
yeah.
know.
I'm gonna just say it because I got 3 in my head, but I'm just gonna say it just because of like I think of he's a young GOAT and the impact at the age that he started, and then I think about where I was because I'm the same age as him, Chris Brown.
Ooh.
Because
Oh,
we're-
that's
I
tough.
did
We're
not see
literally-
that coming.
we're
That is
literally-
tough.
Who did you think?
I was gonna say Hope.
I was
could
thinking-
definitely see
I was
a
gonna
lot
say
of-
Holmes. He was in those 3. That, and I was just like, I got rap, but now I'm just like, when you think about performer, you think about artist,
Yeah.
and
Man,
you,
that's-
you think about impact. It's him just because we're the same age. So I'm like, I remember being in high school when his album, the first one,
Chris Brown
dropped.
The first
I'm listening to it on a CD player.
16 and I got.
And I just remember being like, in my room or whatever, and like just listening to it for the first time and being like, I ain't no singer, but I feel like I can make an impact with like how I move and what I'm doing
Facts.
at
Yeah.
the same age. So yeah, no,
Agreed. I
that-
will say that. When I first saw Chris Brown, that was the first like artist I saw that I was like, oh, I don't even have to sing.
Hold off,
You feel
because
me?
this question for you too. This is not just a
Oh,
him question.
go
This question
crazy.
for everybody.
But that's funny though.
Yeah.
Hope would be.
I was thinking you was gonna say Missy,
Ooh,
cause that's exactly
that's
what I was gonna say.
good. Yeah, yeah. Because you talk about inventive, talk about game changing, always, never still,
One of
always
the-
something new. Yeah, I feel that. No, that's definitely. But Hope would, if I could have 5A, 5B, you can, and it's either one of those two.
I like that list a lot. That list is very, very lit.
Look at this, my leg. Nah, yeah, that list is incredible.
Yeah.
I can definitely see aspects of all those people
Mhm.
that have, like, you know what I'm saying, that you took influence in.
Yeah,
in
from
facts.
different parts. Yeah, if you put them all together, you get me.
All right,
But,
Dose, hold on.
hold on.
I gotta hear everybody's shit. I gotta hear
I was about to
everybody's
say,
shit.
Chris got somewhere to be. It's touching 1:30.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
I run
so
my list.
you good.
Just run it.
We here.
So I got MJ, Missy, Chris Brown, and then we'll go Outkast.
It's hard.
It is hard.
See, I got my 5 ready. So I
And
thought about this question.
Bob Marley.
I respect that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like that.
Culture.
I'm gonna let Dre go.
Nah, you can go. I'm not even thinking the question.
You ain't even got shit?
No, go
I
for
feel
it.
I feel it. It's gonna be a wild list, but I swear it makes sense. Rakim,
Yep.
Nas,
Yep.
Slick Rick,
I love
the
it.
motherfucking ruler.
I love it.
Yes.
I love it.
Motherfucking ruler.
Yes.
Then I gotta go Earth, Wind, and Fire and Outkast. Those
That's a
are my
smooth
5.
list.
Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Listen.
Because you about that song.
I said this in the earlier podcast. That was the first concert I've ever seen, and when I tell you, I realized like music, like
Yeah.
that's like it's art. It's not just, you know what I'm saying, niggas
Yeah.
playing a song. Like that shit is art. Like you feel that shit. So
I feel
and then
that.
Rakim was like one of the first hip hop artists that I really got.
I was
put
just about
onto.
to say, I respect that you said Rakim and Slick Rick, especially Slick Rick. Don't get
Yeah.
enough credit when it comes to like rap style itself,
Yeah.
as far as
Rap
flow
style,
and
flow,
storytelling. He's one of the
just
greatest.
His personality, he was unapologetically
Yeah,
him.
Yep.
for sure.
To this day, he's still him.
No, facts.
You see Slick Rick, he still got a gold tooth. He
With
still
an eye
got all his
patch,
chains
nah,
on,
yeah,
you
for
feel me?
sure.
Like,
And that you mentioned Chris Brown in that, because as far as legend goes, in this era, there was James Brown, Mike, Usher, Chris Brown.
Yep.
And
Facts.
people tried to cut that off
Nah.
at Usher, and it's like, no,
Beyonce.
Chris Brown, right, Beyonce for sure. Beyonce's in a whole other lane with
Yeah.
Michael Jackson, you feel me? They're in a whole different lane. But it's like, Chris Brown is still giving us full-on performances, full-on
Longevity is what I'm
entertainment.
thinking.
long
Yeah.
fucking
That's
longevity.
like through all the
When that
dark
album
days.
come out, like 05, 04?
Oh, 05.
It was 05.
05,
'Cause I was a
nigga.
sophomore in high school.
Yeah, bro, that's insane.
That's
Yeah.
crazy, bro.
and that album is still a fucking
That's-
classic.
Yeah.
Ain't no way.
Right.
That's my shit, you hear me?
Like his whole, like he's still here.
But I want to
Still.
say Rakim. I say Rakim because Rakim is the innovator, and
sure.
I felt
Okay.
that. You feel me? Like,
No, facts.
yeah, you trying to wrap this shit up? He
Try to get
playing
up out of
that.
here.
He playing
You
the
try to get
Grammy
up out of
music.
here, man.
Yeah.
He playing the Grammy music. He trying to get up out of here.
Let's
I'm
get it.
just saying we can hold off till we have Chris another time because
Yeah,
we
part
can
two, part
dive
two.
in
Definitely a part
so
two.
Definitely
much
gotta
more.
come
You-
back.
You
Yeah.
definitely
Slide
have
back
to come
to the
back.
Definitely got to slide.
There's definitely a lot more we need to cover and just understand about you and being here for so long,
definitely.
and like definitely your plans moving
Shout out
forward.
to Chris, man.
Shout out for Chris. Thanks for
G,
coming.
man.
Thanks for being a part of Milk
Be
Crate
mad,
Music
boss.
Podcast.
Be mad, boss.
On everything.
On
Follow
everything.
Follow.
On every, yeah. Where can they find you?
Be Mad Boss. BMAD BOSS. Boss mode all day.
On all social media platforms.
Yup. You know, when people say you ain't a boss, I'm like, that's funny. You can be mad about it, but I'm always gonna be a boss.
That's what's
So
up.
be mad, boy.
And you got the
And-
suits to show it, too.
Yeah.
Facts.
Do you have
nigga.
anything you want to shout out? Any shows? Any performances?
Man, y'all know where we
Your
at every
classes?
Thursday.
Every
Thursday.
Thursday.
Every
we going
Thursday.
crazy. Starting
September 8th
this week.
forward.
Yeah.
And Madison, Friday.
Madison
Yeah.
Friday.
But I'm just saying, starting this week,
Yeah, it's up.
September 8th.
Yeah.
What's up?
Then on
Every
yeah,
Tuesday.
For
Salute
sure.
Society 2372
Y'all gonna
North.
be introduced to the black room like we was talking about.
MLK. Yeah.
Yeah,
For
go look up Chris. Go follow him on all social media platforms. Thank you, Chris.
Sure.
It's an honor to have you
Honor.
here. And thank you guys so much for watching. We'll catch you guys next time on another episode of Milk Crate Music Podcast. It's Dre. You guys can go follow me on my social media platforms, but don't forget to go follow Milk Crate Music on all social media platforms.
Bro, they know.
Dance for those.
And then we got Light Skin Larry here.
Light skin, motherfucking Larry.
Go follow Light Skin Larry on all social media platforms and Dose as well.
We got, what's her name? PB?
PB. And then we got
new dog
PB
in
as
here,
our special
man.
guest.
PB.
New dog.
Thank you guys so much. We'll catch you guys next time.
For sure.